Okay, Madam Chair, we're ready to go.
Okay, I will stop the meeting of the Northborough Housing Authority. Technically, I think, Andy, you're supposed to read this pursuant the governor's statement, or do you want me to read it?
You can go ahead and read it.
Okay. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, general laws, chapter 30A, section 1B, and the governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place. The meeting of the Housing Authority will be conducted by remote participation. No in-person attendance by members of the public will be permitted. And with that, I will open the meeting. And I will call the meeting to order. I know we're still waiting for Brad. So I think I'll wait a second before we review. As a matter of fact, why don't we review the minutes? And then I'll call for a motion. Still haven't seen them yet.
Not yet.
He's not coming in yet.
He's-
All right, so then I think everybody has had hopefully a chance to review the minutes, and if so, I need a motion for approval.
Elaine Solomon, so moved.
Thank you, and I need a second.
Ray Carlson, second.
Thank you. Any questions? If not, all in favor?
Ray
Have
Carlson,
to state your name, please.
Ray Carlson, aye.
Elaine Solomon, aye.
Andy Dowd, aye.
Rita Rosebond. All in favor? Motion passes. The next on the agenda is the report of the executive director.
So I did just hear again from Brad, and he did say just start without him, so must be having trouble getting on. So, okay. So let's see. Let me grab my report here. So right now I have two vacant units. One I just made an offer on, I think I had told you last month, it was Crestwood Drive, a 3-bedroom that I had pulled, had to pull a couple of lists, and I had 100 people to screen through, and I finally I got through all that, and I did make an offer today to somebody. I also just had one unit at here at Colonial Village that just opened up right at the end of December, and I'm screening people for that unit right now. So they're going to put the new floor in the community room next week. The guy just dropped off the flooring today. They're planning flooring to be installed. As far as the other projects that I have going on, the front entry modernization here is, he's started ordering all his supplies and so forth. Hopefully within a couple of weeks, he's gonna start. He had said originally like 4 to 6 weeks. That was a couple of weeks ago. I did finally get the go-ahead from my residents over at 96 Northgate to let the new contractor come in to measure for cabinets, where it was holidays and they weren't too responsive in getting back to me, but they finally did. So hopefully that project will go get underway. We also are starting another project over at East Main Street. They've our group home. They've had some ongoing problems with their heating system. We've put in quite a bit of money over the past couple of years. They have one of those, they have like a split system over there that they have the AC, and they actually have, they believe they have electric heat over there. They pay their own heating bills. We don't pay their heating bills. That's the only problem. They're responsible for their own, but they've had some problems that we've had to replace various parts over there. So right now, we have an architect that's just kind of designed the plans, and they're looking to replace the heating pumps over there and the hot water storage tanks. So that is going to go out to bid. I had been working with DHCD for a while on that, trying to get them to give me, you know, some money for that particular project, because, you know, they do have some money for those kind of heating projects, but they kept saying that it didn't qualify for whatever the reason. So we have put in some money there. I don't know exactly what they're going to give me for this. The construction budget is really only about $30,000, so it's not crazy money. But you know, for a while there's 2 floors, so there's, you know, 4 bedrooms on each floor, so they have a 2-part system over there, and it just seems like it's always one or the other. And we have replaced various things over there, so that is going to get going also. So yeah, you know, things haven't really moved too quickly over this past month, you know, between holidays and whatever else, as far as anything else. But like I said, some of the other projects did wind down, and once this starts, this will be a big one for us to get going. So I think I sent over, they did approve my contract. I didn't end up officially getting anything from Rick, but I sent it in without it. I sent in the original agreement that we had, and they did sign off on it. And at this point, they're still working on my audit. That AUP audit is still being done virtually. They just keep asking me for more things, but they haven't officially finished it yet. And I'm trying to think of what else. I did have one thing that I did want to, at the end of the year, I always try to go through and look at my outstanding, anything that shows on from my accounts receivable for tenant rents that's not on a repayment agreement. So there's some people in the housing authority that are on repayment agreements for various reasons. And then sometimes there's money on there that doesn't get collected for when somebody vacates and for whatever reason doesn't pay or whatever else. So I have one person on here that I need to charge off at the end of the year. It was an elderly tenant that lived in one of my elderly apartments, left in the middle of the month and never paid the rent. Been gone for close to a year now. $660. The accountant automatically charges it off after a certain amount of time. But I'm supposed to get a board vote to have it officially charged off on our end. So a lot of times I take people, when I can find them, I take people to small claims court. Once they vacate, there's nothing that the regional attorney or once they vacate, the housing authority officially can't do anything else to go after tenants. But I can, and I have gone after some people with small claims court and have gotten money, you know, in Westboro. But this particular man, I couldn't locate when he left. So he left owing one month's rent in the amount of $660. So
I need a motion for that.
I need a motion to charge off one elderly rent for $660.
Okay, we have a motion. Andy, I'm sorry, did you say that?
Andy's muted.
Okay.
I did not, but I
Second.
will. So moved.
I'm not getting all the sound. Andy, did you make the motion?
Yes, so moved to waive the, what's the appropriate terminology, charge off that amount.
Charge it off. Okay.
Thank you.
And Elaine, did you just make the second?
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you did. Okay.
That's okay.
Sorry. Okay, any other questions? It's a charge off on the Housing Authority. Any questions? If not, I'll ask unanimous. Does any, yeah. Are we done? This is my question. So I'm gonna say everybody in favor?
Ray
I'm assuming everybody is saying aye.
Yeah.
Okay, Lynn, by the names, and all in favor, aye, and it's unanimous.
Yeah, I can also, I actually was gonna send it. I can send you guys a copy of my, I'll send it over next month, of my aging summary report, which shows, you can see, you can take a look at it this way. You'll have a better understanding of how that works. Like I said, there's some people on here that you'll see with balances, and basically every month, I shouldn't say every month, every quarter, when we submit operating statements to DHCD, they call this the TAR report, which is tenants account receivable. A copy of this also goes into DHCD, which the accountant puts into the system, which certifies, and they ask basically who's on agreements, was it fraud, or was it just unreported income? So you'll see that there are other people on this report. So only when I charge somebody off, it's only for money that's uncollected, but there are others on here that have balances that generally are paying on the monthly or on certain agreements with the housing. So I'll send you guys a copy of that so you can take a look at it and better understand it. So we turn that goes in with the operating statements, like I said, 4 times a year. Overall, this housing authority does pretty well with, with uncollected. We don't carry generally too many people that don't, pay their rent. So, there's not really a whole lot going on other than that. Like I said, with, last month being the holidays, and it's still, everybody's from Boston is still working remote. Yesterday, the other day I did my a Southborough audit. That was the other type of audit, a PMR, which is the maintenance and performance. And, they asked a lot of questions, really, how we were, how the housing authority was functioning with COVID. I was shocked to hear that saying apparently a lot of housing authorities are still only doing emergency work orders. I mean, I don't know how they possibly do that. I would think that anything that would be routine would be an emergency by this point, but, so yeah, still kind of keeping everything, closed down the same way that we were, and, but, knock on wood, overall, everybody's been, healthy and continued to be working, and, our business is, still going on, and I think we'll still continue with some of these projects, and, hopefully eventually we'll get a little more normalcy back in the offices and stuff. But anyway, like I said, I'm kind of glad that we're able to keep going the way that, we're going, and we really haven't been affected too much. So rent redetermination paperwork is Julie just prepared it today. That's going out.
It went out.
It went out. Okay. They dropped them off to you guys?
Yeah.
Yep. So that will keep the office, that keeps the office pretty busy for the next couple of months. We're still doing those. Those are, all the elderly are done for April 1st. All of the families are done in accordance to the yearly anniversary dates. So they're done at, at separate times. We did do some inspections, but we didn't do all of the inspections in the elderly units during this time with COVID, which DHCD told us was fine. Hopefully in the spring we'll resume, all of the inspections again. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it that I can think of right now. The budget went in, just still, it'll be a little bit of time before I get that back, hopefully that'll all get approved. Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Lynn, can I ask a question?
Sure.
I think it has to do with the vaccination process. Have you heard anything? Do you know if Heritage or Colonial is on a list somewhere, or have you not been told anything yet?
No, I mean, I haven't been told anything, you know, I mean, I know they're doing it for nursing homes. I don't know that they're gonna do it in housing, or if it's gonna have to be for people to go through their individual provider.
Okay.
Maybe the senior center would be able to give us some insight on that. I don't know. Do you know anything, Andy?
I don't specifically know anything on that, just that, and my assumption is, residents would be given vaccine opportunities based on age, just like the rest of the population, or if they have underlying conditions. I haven't heard any mention, and I'm on quite a few calls with the health agent, specifically for housing authorities per se.
Yeah,
But
that's what I
can-
thought too. I haven't heard anything specifically.
I can forward along the recent information that she put out, just kind of the general vaccine rollout info that's out there. I know the state just did one modification, I believe, today or yesterday regarding the age. I think it went from those 75 and older. I think they got bumped up into an earlier part of group 2 before that. So that might help some people a little bit, but I can send that along if you want to share it with tenants.
Okay, yeah, that would be good, because a couple have asked me that. But again, I don't have any idea. I haven't heard anything from DHCD, obviously, regarding that, or from anybody else at this point. I was thinking maybe when it got a little further along, that it might be, certainly would be nice if they could offer something like that.
Yeah.
Certainly would be helpful for sure, but
Yeah, a couple people have asked me, and I'm like, I have no idea.
yeah. So I'll get Andy's information, and
Okay.
yeah, and I can, I think if there was anything that I would have heard either from DHCD or other directors, I don't believe there's anything at this point, but I certainly will
Okay.
keep my eyes and ears open for anything that I hear.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, we're going to go on. Lynn, I had a question. The next part of the agenda is the capital projects and payments, but I didn't see the capital projects. So
Yeah,
I'm not
I don't have anything to be voted on, so.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I have, things to be voted on, so I just kind of lumped it all with my report.
Oh, okay. Okay. I wasn't
Okay.
sure. I thought maybe.
Yeah, I
might
don't have any
lost something.
payments or any contracts or anything this month at this point.
Okay. All right, but you did send out a list of the bills for everybody to review. And we need to have a motion on that. And if everybody has had a look at the bills, I will take a motion and then we can discuss it. I need a motion to accept the payments for, looks like month of December through January 31st.
So moved.
Second.
Who said, I'm sorry, Ray, was that you?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay, Ray made the motion, Elaine?
I
Made the
second.
second?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions looking at the warrant? Are there any questions that you'd like to ask Glenn? Nobody has any questions? Well, I'm not having any questions, and I will take a vote to accept the payments from 12/3/2020 to 1/31/2021 in the amount of $66,962.82. All in favor? Elaine Solomon, Ray Carlson, Andy Dowd, and Rita Osborne.
It's a quicker way to do it.
Passes unanimously. You're right. Okay, any other business to come before the board?
I have one thing. I know, you know how the housing authority, generally, the CPC likes to have a member, of the housing authority serve on the community preservation, committee. And I don't think we've had anybody in a while. And, Andy said that he would be the representative. So, that,
Thank you, Andy.
great. So,
Welcome.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, Kathy Jubert reached out to me the other
I just
day.
didn't have the time for it.
Right. Kathy Jubert had asked if I would consider doing it because they would really like to have a rep from the housing.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't do it. So, and I'm surprised that they didn't ask sooner because I haven't been able to do it for a while. So that's great. I'm glad to see someone from the Housing Authority on it. And I think you're a great rep. So go for it.
Thank you.
It's fine.
are they,
Any other business to come?
do they meet, they just meet at a certain time of year, right, Andy? Do they meet like
Yes, they,
certain times once the applications come in?
exactly. I think they had their first meeting last month and they're meeting actually tomorrow night to review all the applications for the current year. So I'll try to attend that.
Oh, that's great. That's really good. It's good to see someone on the Housing Authority on there.
Yeah,
All right. Do you have anybody have anything else? No? The next board meeting is, I don't have my calendar right in front of me.
February
Of course, it's in
3rd,
February.
February
gonna say.
3rd. Yeah,
Okay, the next scheduled meeting, barring any surprises in the month, we will wait, not having a good night. We will meet again on February 3rd, and with that, I'll accept a motion to adjourn the meeting
So moved.
by Elaine
Elaine
Solomon.
Sullivan.
Seconded.
A second
Second.
by Andy Dobbs. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We're all in favor. Tell Brad, I'm sorry he missed the meeting, but we'll catch him next
I
month.
know, I better take him off. I had him listed that he was here.
Well, he
Okay,
tried.
I know, he did. All right, everybody.
Thank you,
Well,
everybody.
thank
Have a
you.
great month, and hopefully we'll see everybody healthy next month.
Right,
See you all
thank
later.
you.
Take care.
Thank you.
No.
Bye-bye.